Hello, welcome to our channel. Imagine a world where your own immune system can be trained to hunt down and eliminate cancer cells with pinpoint precision. For decades, scientists have dreamed of creating a true cancer vaccine. It sounded almost impossible, like something straight out of science fiction. But today, that dream is rapidly becoming a reality, and it is sending shockwaves through the medical community and financial markets alike. News broke that sparked an absolute frenzy on Wall Street, driving Moderna's stock up by an astounding 177% in a single day. The reason behind this massive reaction was a groundbreaking announcement from drug makers Moderna and Merck. They revealed that their personalized mRNA cancer vaccine achieved dramatic success in a late-stage clinical trial for melanoma, marking a historical turning point in modern oncology. To truly understand why this news is so revolutionary, we have to look at how cancer operates inside the human body. Cancer is notoriously sneaky. Normal cells follow strict rules, but cancer cells mutate, change their appearance, and actively hide from our immune defenses. Traditional treatments like chemotherapy and radiation attack cancer, but they often act like a sledgehammer, damaging healthy tissues alongside the sick ones. Standard immunotherapy, on the other hand, helps remove the brakes from your immune system, so it can fight back. However, even immunotherapy can sometimes miss subtle targets. This is where the concept of a personalized mRNA vaccine changes the game completely. Instead of using a one-size-fits-all approach, this treatment is tailored specifically to the unique genetic code of an individual patient's tumor. In this landmark study, scientists focused on patients with high-risk melanoma whose original tumors had already been surgically removed. In the medical world, treating patients after surgery to prevent the disease from coming back is known as adjuvant therapy. Surgical procedures can remove visible tumors, but microscopic cancer cells often linger behind in the bloodstream or nearby tissues. These hidden cells are like ticking time bombs, waiting for the right moment to grow again and metastasize, spreading to distant organs. To prevent this, researchers combined Merck's established immunotherapy drug, Keytruda, Merck's anti-PD-1 therapy with Moderna's novel personalized vaccine, known scientifically as intismeran. The mechanism behind intismeran is brilliant in its simplicity and breathtaking in its technology. When a patient enters the program, doctors take a biopsy of their tumor along with a sample of their healthy tissue. They perform deep genetic sequencing to analyze the DNA of both samples. By comparing the normal cells with the cancer cells, supercomputers identify specific genetic mutations unique only to that individual's tumor. These unique mutated proteins are called neoantigens. Because neoantigens exist exclusively on cancer cells and not on healthy tissues, they serve as perfect targets. The team then selects the most promising neoantigens and codes their genetic instructions into a custom-designed strand of messenger RNA, or mRNA. When intismeran is injected into the patient, the mRNA acts as a biological instruction manual. It teaches the patient's immune cells, specifically dendritic cells and T cells, exactly what these specific neoantigens look like. Armed with this target practice, the immune system trains an army of specialized killer T cells that circulate throughout the entire body. If these trained immune cells encounter any remaining microscopic melanoma cells carrying those exact neoantigens, they recognize them instantly and destroy them. Because the vaccine targets only the neoantigens, healthy cells remain unharmed. However, even with heavily trained T cells, tumors have a defense mechanism to hide from the immune system. They often express a protein called PD-L1, which binds to the PD-1 receptors on T cells, acting like an off switch that paralyzes the immune response. Keytruda is a monoclonal antibody that blocks the PD-1 receptor. By inhibiting PD-1, Keytruda prevents the tumor from switching off the T cells, removing the primary mechanism cancer uses to evade detection. But when taken alone, Keytruda activates T cells to fight, but these T cells may not recognize which tumor cells to target. This is the most important aspect of the 1-2 punch combined synergy. The intismeran vaccine acts as the radar, providing the immune system with the precise fingerprint of the tumor cells. At the same time, Keytruda acts as the weapon lock, ensuring that the immune cells remain fully activated and unrestrained as they attack cancer. The Phase 3 INTIPATH-001 trial showed that intismeran vaccine plus Keytruda improved recurrence-free survival, RFS, and distant metastasis-free survival, DMFS, in patients with completely resected stage IIB, IC, 3, or 4 cutaneous melanoma. These improvements were statistically significant and clinically meaningful. This represents the first positive Phase 3 readout for an individualized mRNA-based cancer vaccine. In accordance with the trial protocol, the study will continue to evaluate other key secondary endpoints, including overall survival, OS. The safety profiles in this trial were consistent with those observed in previously reported studies for the combination, with no new safety signals observed. This data will be presented at an upcoming international medical meeting and shared with regulatory authorities. When the clinical trial data was officially released on Wednesday, the global reaction was instantaneous. Medical researchers hailed the achievement as the dawn of a new era in cancer treatment. On Wall Street, investors recognized that this technology extended far beyond a single disease, triggering an unprecedented surge in trading that sent Moderna's valuation soaring by 177% in 24 hours. The market realized that if mRNA technology can be programmed to fight melanoma, the exact same platform could theoretically be adapted to target lung cancer, pancreatic cancer, colorectal cancer, and many other stubborn malignancies. The infrastructure built to sequence tumors and manufacture custom mRNA doses rapidly could transform oncology from a reactive discipline into a proactive, highly targeted defense system. Beyond the financial market headlines and statistical percentages, the real victory belongs to the patients. Melanoma is the deadliest form of skin cancer, and for generations, a diagnosis of advanced or recurring melanoma carried a heavy, terrifying burden. The fear of recurrence haunts almost every cancer survivor, as the shadow of a potential relapse hangs over their daily lives. It is estimated there will be about 112,000 new cases of melanoma diagnosed and over 8,500 deaths resulting from the disease in the U.S. in 2026 alone. The promise of an adjuvant personalized vaccine offers something that was once in very short supply: genuine long-term hope. Knowing that your body has been equipped with a permanent, customized biological defense system gives patients a renewed sense of security and a real chance at living cancer-free. Of course, important work remains to be done before intismeran becomes widely available at your local oncology clinic. Regulatory bodies like the FDA must thoroughly review every detail of the trial data to ensure maximum safety and efficacy. Manufacturing facilities must also scale up production capabilities to create individualized vaccines for thousands of patients around the globe without unnecessary delays. Furthermore, researchers are already launching new clinical trials to test intismeran and similar neoantigen vaccines against various other cancer types and at different stages of disease progression. That's all for today. If you found this explanation helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe for more clear medical updates, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.